glass. The city moves so fast. The Russian tires on the rain-washed street. I watch the blurry figures hurrying past, while I am wrapped in silence, soft and sweet. A muffled siren echoes from a block away. The world is shouting, trying to be heard. But in this corner, time has gone astray. I'm listening to the pages, not a word. The distant noise is like a fading ghost, a lonely hum that doesn't touch my mind. I love this quiet shelter here the most. A different world is what I've come to find. A ringing phone, a door that slams out there, 1,000 voices blending into one. The space around me breathes a lighter air. I find the rhythm that I've just begun. A single door is all that stands between the frantic rush and where I choose to be. The heavy sound is just a distant scene. The rain is falling, but it's peace to me. The distant noise is like a fading ghost, a lonely hum that doesn't touch my mind. I love this quiet shelter here the most. A different world is what I've come to find. Across the glass, across the line, the world is theirs, but this is mine. In the quiet, I am free, with the distance and the tea. A surface worn by seasons and by hands, a map of years within the dark brown grain. It stays within these four familiar walls and whispers comfort like a soft refrain. I run my fingers through the rugged lines, the scent of oak drifting in the air, a quiet strength that carefully defines the sanctuary found within this chair. Deep in the texture of the polished wood, the warmth of every coffee cup remains. A patient frame that always understood the stories written in the amber stains. The light is resting on the solid base, steady ground for every book I read. silent witness of this quiet space. It gives me everything a soul could need. It's not just timber, it's a living breath, the heart of every room where we belong, above the surface and the joints beneath. A wooden rhythm, steady and so strong. Deep in the texture of the polished wood, the warmth of every coffee cup remains. A patient frame that always understood the stories written in the amber stains. Grain by grain and year by year, the honest wood is staying here. Rest your hands and find your rest within this space. The world is blessed. The ink is blurring on the crowded page. My mind is wandering outside the cage. I lift my head and leave the words behind, to see what kind of treasure I can find. A vast and open canvas painted blue, where tiny clouds are drifting white and new. The frame of glass is holding all the light. Everything is clear and purely bright. Look up, it's a coming for a heavy thought. A piece of sky that can't be sold or bought, just drifting slow across the endless high. A silent breath beneath the azure sky. I watch the cotton shapes begin to change into a world that's beautiful and strange. The pressure in my chest begins to ease, carried away upon a summer breeze. No need to rush, no need to understand the quiet magic of the upper land. I'm just a witness to the drifting light, before I turn back to the black and bright. Look up, it's a coming for a heavy thought. A piece of sky that can't be sold or bought, just drifting slow across the endless high. A silent breath beneath the azure sky. Azure blue and cotton white, everything will be alright. A long exhale, a steady heart, ready for a brand new start.
The clock is ticking toward the 10 o'clock. The tea is steaming in a ceramic cup. I leave the wide and open window up and let the morning brightness fill it up. Beyond the glass, the garden starts to sing. 1,000 tiny voices in the trees. I hear the rustle that the branches bring, dancing with the mid-morning breeze. High in the sky, where the blue is so deep, the birds are sharing secrets in the air. While all the world is waking from its sleep, I find my peace within this wooden chair. The leaves are whispering a silver tune, soft green shadows flickering on my page. A quiet concert in the light of noon, the perfect music for a thoughtful age. No need for words when nature speaks so clear. A melody that's meant for only me to hear. The fluttering wings, the swaying of the pine. In this moment, all the world is mine. High in the sky, where the blue is so deep, the birds are sharing secrets in the air. While all the world is waking from its sleep, I find my peace within this wooden chair. Chirp and flutter, leaf and light, everything is calm and bright. A song of wings, a song of grace, in this green and quiet space. A slender gap within the window frame. The silver latch is tilted just a bit. A guest arrives without a face or name. Across the desk where quiet shadows sit, it brushes past the corner of my book and dances with the stray hair on my brow. It gives the room a fresh and open look. I feel the world is breathing with me now. Oh, the spring wind travels through the lane, a gentle wave that flows inside the room. It washes out the tired, dusty strain and brings the scent of petals in their bloom. The paper flutters like a waking bird, a cool caress upon my resting hand, a silent language better than a word, a message from a green and distant land. It doesn't stay, it only wanders through to remind me of the sky so wide and blue. A momentary gift of crystal air that leaves a touch of kindness everywhere. Oh, the spring wind travels through the lane, a gentle wave that flows inside the room. It washes out the tired, dusty strain and brings the scent of petals in their bloom. Softly coming, softly going, spirit flowing. Close my eyes and let it be. The wind is singing just for me.
Wooden table holds my palm. The space is filled with soft repose. I trace the grain with gentle care. A quiet room where calmness grows. The morning light is clear and still. A moment meant for me to keep. I take the pen to start the flow and wake the words from heavy sleep. The scratching sound across the page becomes a song that guides my hand. The rustling leaves of paper dreams are shifting like the desert sand. I pause to hear the rhythm play, a perfect duet in the dark. The paper speaks in gentle tones, while pencil leaves a steady mark. It's not a sound I need to hide. It is the pulse of where I am, the quiet music of the mind that settles like a winter lamb. The scratching sound across the page becomes a song that guides my hand. The rustling leaves of paper dreams are shifting like the desert sand. The words I write are soft and small. They build a bridge to somewhere new. I close the book and catch my breath. The quiet world is coming through. The ink is dry, the lines are set. I leave the table with a smile. The morning light is all I need. I've walked the truth for quite a while. The rush of the clock has finally ceased. The knots in my mind are slowly released. I don't have to run, I don't have to chase. I'm finding my rhythm, I'm finding my pace. Like a river that knows where it's meant to go, my ideas are moving steady and slow. No longer a tangle, no longer a maze, but a pathway that opens dreams in soft golden haze. Let the thoughts flow like a gentle stream, winding through reality and a dream. One by one, they settle in line, taking their space and taking their time. I write down a word, I wait for the next. There's no more shadows within the text. A peaceful order, a quiet design. The stars in my head are starting to align. The silence is not the absence of sound, it's the solid earth that I finally found. A deep-rooted calm, a focused light, guiding me through the coming night. Let the thoughts flow like a gentle stream, winding through reality and a dream. One by one, they settle in line, taking their space and taking their time. Softly flowing clear and deep into the place where memories sleep. No more hurry, no more strain, only the calm that will remain.
White pages like a vast and open field. I'm walking through the lines of black and gray. The secret of the world is now unsealed. The city outside starts to fade away. A single word becomes a winding road. A place where I can breathe. I'm dropping every heavy mental load and watching how the magic starts to weave. Falling deep inside the ink and paper, floating through a story yet untold. Around me vanish like a vapor as every silver sentence starts to gold. I'm flying over mountains made of glass and swimming through a sea of velvet blue. I watch the ancient silent shadows pass until the ancient legend feels so true. It's not a dream, it's where my spirit goes. Between the letters there's a hidden light. Wisdom grows and keeps me company throughout the night. Falling deep inside the ink and paper, floating through a story yet untold. The walls around me vanish like a vapor as every silver sentence starts to gold. light is leaning against the glass. The shadows are long and the minutes are slow. I watch how the orange reflections pass and settle down deep in the page I hold. It's a marmalade hue on a paper sea, a soft orange glow on every line. The world is as quiet as it can be, while all of this golden warmth is mine. Orange light is soaking through the book, turning every letter into gold. I take a lingering second look at the warmest story ever told. The scent of the tea and the fading sun are blending like colors in a dream. The rush of the day is finally done. I'm floating away on an orange stream. I watch the sunset spill across the shelf, a quiet moment just to find myself. A kiss from the sun as it says goodbye below the vast and changing sky. Orange light is soaking through the book, turning every letter into gold. I take a lingering second look at the warmest story ever told. Marmalade sky, orange rays fading into the violet haze. Keep the warmth within the page, a golden gift for every age.
The tea is getting cooler in my cup. The golden hands of time are reaching out. I don't feel the need to hurry up within the peace of what today's about. A slender line is creeping on the floor. The window frame is painted on the wood. I see the world through a half-open door and find the quiet where it all The sun is leaning on the garden rock, while I am slowly finding back myself. The light is amber, heavy and so sweet. It pulls the day into a long embrace. The cool of shade is resting at my feet, a gentle touch upon my tired face. It's not the end, it's just a slow change, a bridge between the noon and evening star. The shifting dark is never acting strange. It tells me I am perfect as I am. Quiet shadows leaning on the wall, a soft reminder of the passing light. I'm not afraid to let the evening fall. Everything is beautiful and right. Leaning long, leaning slow, in the warmth of afterglow. 3 o'clock is fading now, with a quiet golden bow. A porcelain cup between my tired palms. The steam is rising like a quiet prayer, a velvety white that softens and calms the lingering winter in the afternoon air. Cloud like foam and a heart made of gold, sweetness hiding in the bitter bean, the warmest story that I'll ever hold, resting in the space that lies between. This is my latte, a warm embrace, a fluffy cloud in a ceramic place. One little sip and the world slows down, a creamy heaven in this quiet town. The swirl of the milk, a galaxy spin, blending the peace that I'm feeling within. Silky and smooth, a gentle delight, turning the gray into something so bright. Let the foam linger, let the time stay, just for a moment, don't fade away. A liquid blanket, a cozy retreat, making the rhythm of living so sweet. This is my latte, a warm embrace, a fluffy cloud in a ceramic place. One little sip and the world slows down, a creamy heaven in this quiet town. Mellow and milky, sweet and slow, with every drop the feelings grow.
fall into the ground. A quiet magic in the turning year. A brighter rhythm in the morning sound. The whispers of the April atmosphere. Look at the branches where the blossoms used to be. Small dots of emerald are waking from their sleep. A brand new palette on every single tree. The kind of promise that the seasons keep. Fragrance of April, a scent of light and dew. In every garden, the world is born anew. Soft lime and silver, a shimmer in the air. I find the springtime breathing everywhere. The air is tasting like a sweet and grassy wine. The golden sun is dancing on my skin. I draw the curtain, let the colors shine, and let the fragrance of the leaves come in. No longer fading, but growing tall and strong. A tender green is where we all belong. From every petal that drifted in the rain, a vibrant life is rising once again. Fragrance of April, a scent of light and dew. In every garden, the world is born anew. Soft lime and silver, a shimmer in the air. I find the springtime breathing everywhere. Leaf and light and silver rain. April's heart is here again. Fresh and young and crystal clear. The sweetest season of the year.
The final sentence flows into my mind, a peaceful treasure that I've worked to find. I stretch my arms and take a shallow breath, leaving the shadows of the words beneath. It's not a burden, it's a gentle light, making my inner world a bit more bright. A simple clarity that starts to bloom, filling the corners of this quiet room. I feel the density of thoughts so sweet, a puzzle finish making me complete. Soft and steady like a rising sun, the quiet joy of getting something done. The yellow lamp is like a friendly star. I've traveled deep, I've traveled very far. Within the pages I have found a key to unlock a better version of me. Light as a feather, solid as a stone, a secret garden that is mine alone. No need to hurry, just a calm delight, settling softly in the evening light. I feel the density of thoughts so sweet, a puzzle finish making me complete. Soft and steady like a rising sun, the quiet joy of getting something done. Clear and easy, warm and new, everything I've managed to pull through. A heart that being me. The sky has turned a dusty shade of blue. The spring rain taps a rhythm on the pane. The world is hidden in a misty view, but here a different clarity remains. I reach out for the switch beside my hand. A small sun wakes and spills across the wood. The shadows soften as they understand the peace of being exactly where I should. Under the yellow light, the words are clear. The ink is breathing in the amber glow. The restless noise begins to disappear in the only quiet circle that I know. The scent of old oak and the dampened street are drifting through the corners of the air. I feel the focus steady and complete within this wooden island that we share. Outside the clouds are weeping soft and low. Inside my private stars begin to grow. A golden island in a sea of gray, where all my heavy thoughts just melt away. Under the yellow light, the words are clear. The ink is breathing in the amber glow. The restless noise begins to disappear in the only quiet circle that I know. Rain on the window, light on the page, a timeless moment, a quiet stage. Let the world be blurred and dim while the light is shining from within. Walking slow through the narrow wooden aisle, a perfume made of years and faded ink. It makes me stop and linger for a while to find the hidden connections and the link. Dusty sunshine dancing on the spines, a hint of vanilla from a yellowed page, a story waiting deep read between the lines, a timeless wisdom that will never age. The scent of the shelves is calling me to this space, a quiet forest in a familiar place. Paper and ink in a perfect blend, the wooden aroma of a faithful friend. I pull a volume from the highest row. The ancient oak is breathing in the air. The more I breathe, the more I start to know the peaceful magic that is living there. It's the smell of secrets, it's the smell of light, the comfort of the black against the white, a library heart that's beating soft and true, a fragrant gift for me and for you. The scent of the shelves is calling me to this space, a quiet forest in a familiar place. Paper and ink in a perfect blend, the wooden aroma of a faithful friend. Breathe it in and let it stay, the scent of a long and thoughtful day. Close your eyes, the pages turn, in the smell of all the things we learn.